All right, we're live. Hi everyone, welcome to the Orange Brick Road live stream newsletter. Still waiting for Bisher to join us. I've just called him, so hopefully he'll be joining us soon. In the meantime, I might just take you through a bit of shilling. So yeah, I hope everyone's had a good week so far. Yeah, it's pretty much the end of the week for me. This is the last thing I need to do. Then I have some time off, which is great. Recently, I've been at the women's show in Perth Convention Centre, helping out Jo. She's a friend of mine. She's down there. Yeah, it's absolutely massive. So if you've got any time, it goes. I think it ends tomorrow, Sunday. So yeah, 100% join us at any stage. Here we go. Here he is. He's literally just on time. Look at him. How you going, mate? Can you hear me all right?
I'm doing well, my friend. Loud and clear.
Beautiful. Hey, I like the beard.
Oh, mate, it's a little bit of a disheveled look. I've got to get up tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you got the rustic look, brother.
That's right. I got the old lumberjack shirt on, you know.
Well, what's disconcerting with the balance though, man? You've got more hair on your chin than you do on your head.
Oh, mate, after a few kids, it's just the way it works, you know, like it balances itself.
I hear that, mate. I hear that. All right. As you guys know, okay, this is a live stream for our newsletter. I'll just make sure that the comments are open. Yeah, that's all good. And like everybody knows, because it is going viral, is that I do a little poem as a little introduction. So I've written up a new one because I'm forever working, as you know. It's just the way I do it. And that's a reference to, what's that comedian's name? Oh, it's just escaped me.
Eddie Murphy?
Hey?
Eddie Murphy, that's the one that comes to mind when I hear comedian. Delirious and Raw, all-time classics.
Yeah, that is a classic. I love that. Yeah, 100%, 100%. God, the name escapes me. Anyways, here's the poem, people. All right, because I know that this is what you tune in for. Okay, Bisher, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Bisher. Hey, Bisher, you're so fine, you smoke bents in the hedges because you're so divine. Hey, Bisher. Hey, Bisher, you're so fine, hang on, I've broken it. Bisher, you know how to spark it because Bisher, you're so fine, you know how to spark it because you know so much about the crypto market. Hey, Bisher. Hey, Bisher, you're so fine. You blow my mind. So Bisher, you're so fine. You go with the flow because there's nothing that you don't know about crypto.
I like that, man. That's beautiful. That's 10 out of 10 work, my man.
Well, if that's not going viral, mate, I give up. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. I love it. Well, don't quit your day job, but I'm impressed. It's definitely going in the right direction.
I've got no time other than my day job. But for guys that you don't know, Bisher is the head honcho. He is the man with the plan. Everything that spans in crypto to do with Stormrake, which is a brokering service. You guys are based out of the socialist dystopia of Melbourne.
That's right. That's right.
Cool. So yeah, every single week we do this at 4 o'clock WA time, and we just basically go through the news. If you haven't subscribed to the newsletter yet, it's pretty simple. I'm going to do a screen share now because I know how to do this now. Entire screen, this one and this one. Okay, it should be coming up now. Okay, this is what the newsletter looks like. Okay, and I did notice that that Karen has come in, my tech guy came and did a photo of me, you know, and I kind of look sad, don't you think? I'm kind of a little bit depressed.
I think you look distinguished is the word that you're looking for.
But I did have a look, and I don't look as cool as you. Look at you, mate.
It's just the black and white. It just makes it look a bit more, I don't know, vintage.
Well, exactly. Well, I sent him an email and I said we need to do this black and white because you look presidential. You know.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm
Wait,
jealous.
wait until after my crypto career is finished. I'll run for Parliament here in Australia and really fix things up for us.
Mate, I'll sponsor you, back you, and do everything. All right, because you need some decent voices in the Parliament. Because it's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, but this is what the newsletter looks like, people. If you haven't subscribed, it's very, very easy. We're about to go through this in a minute. Is you go to orangebrickroad.com.au. I'll give you a couple of updates as well. We've also included a tab called Crypto Scams, which is Sophie. She's done, I think, 18 years in traditional finance and crypto, that sort of stuff. So if you've got any problems with scams or you think you've been scammed, get hold of Sophie via the website, but also Self-Managed Super, which we have. I'll just click on that. So they're the new tabs. We've got Nexus reporting with Jamie. We'll be catching up with Jamie on Tuesday, and also the guys from Mora Wealth. And you can use Stormrake for your self-managed super as well. Now, speaking of the catch-up, okay, this is in the newsletter. It's here somewhere. I think it's at the top. Oh, yeah, here. Called to register. There is only, let me have a look. There is only, I think, 8 places free at the moment. Okay, and Bisher is flying over from his sunny dystopia of Melbourne to join us. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Coming up first thing in the morning, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the Westies, and catch up with everybody. It's my home city, actually, so I have a soft spot for Perth.
That's right, mate. You're a Westie, West Side. Cool. So yeah, you're a keynote speaker for that. I'll be speaking. Sophie will be speaking. We've also got Leo from Tezos that are speaking. And also, what's his name? Oh my God, it's escaped. Mitch from Block Square will be speaking as well. But it's just a chance for everyone to catch up. If you're in Perth, come and check it out. We're doing it at Edge Radio Australia. So Aaron will be doing a little presentation as well. Like I said, there's only 8 tickets left available, so make sure you do that. And then we're catching up on, it was a Wednesday night, isn't it? For dinner.
Yeah, just a little private function.
Yeah, cool. All right, so flying into it, and if you guys don't know, Bisher is from Stormrake. You can contact him through our the brokering tab here, and there's his team. But you only want to speak to Bisher; he's the main man.
That's right. There's a whole team. There's like an entire team behind me that allows me to do what I do. I'm a one-man show on the outside, but on the inside, there's actually a lot of help and a lot of great people making it happen to get people's orders secured and make sure all the transfers of assets happen safely and seamlessly.
Well, while we're on that, True, you're like a duck. You're nice and smooth on the top, but paddling like
that's right. That's right. Paddling like hell.
So yeah, okay, we'll just break it down to like a 2-3 minute pitch on exactly what Stormrake does, and then we'll fly into the news.
Absolutely. So at a really high level, we're a full service crypto broker. You can buy, sell, and swap with us quite seamlessly. We recently announced a partnership with a bullion dealer here in Melbourne as well, just based on Collins Street. So what that means is that you can use your Bitcoin to get gold, or you can use your precious metals to get BTC and other cryptocurrencies. So when you're wanting to put on a really well diversified alternative asset portfolio, you can just do it all in the one place. So you can give me a ring and say, hey, Bish, I'm after 50K of gold and 50K of BTC. Job's done. That's it. You can put your feet up, have a cup of coffee, relax, and I'll do what I do best and get you your assets.
Yeah, 100%. So all you gold bugs out there that follow Peter Schiff, away you go. You can buy gold through Stormrake now.
Or you can get rid of your gold to get Bitcoin, whatever you want. I'm quite agnostic. I think both have a place in the every man and every woman's rainy day portfolio. But how that percentage allocation, I just leave for people to decide. Whether you're, an ardent gold bug, you can buy 90, 95 gold. You want to have a little bit of BTC exposure. That's pretty smart. And if you're a complete BTC maxi, you might not even consider anything else. But, if you've got half a brain, you might go 90, 95% BTC and just have 5% maybe somewhere else, just in case. It's always good to have other options, and diversification is the king of returns.
Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. You don't want to be a full-on gold bug, but you do. This is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. But we kind of think crypto is the main thing. But if you want to diversify, or you have that in precious metals, because you also do silver and platinum. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, correct. Okay, cool. So, but when you're saying that, BTC, we're talking about all crypto as well. It's not
Correct.
just
Correct.
Yeah, cool. So all your altcoins, and including if you've got a bag and you want to swap and diversify or whatever, away you go. All right, flying into it, SEC, which we love. I'm constantly sending love out on social media about how much I love the SEC, and I'm sure you're doing the same, mate.
Always, always.
Yeah, they've got our best interest at heart, which is the great thing. Okay, so they dropped their investigation into Ethereum. Where do you see this going, mate? Does this now open up everything for all the altcoins as well?
Not quite. Ethereum, since this provisional spot ETF approval, kind of has been sitting in a different category, and because it's a network rather than and a base layer rather than a currency or a token. I think they're going to make that distinction. So ETH has the utility to fuel what's going on the Ethereum network and on majority of L2s as well. And so the way I'm seeing it, and I think a lot of the way that the regulators are seeing it, is that if you're the base network, you can't be really categorized as a security, but then things that are built on top of it, trying to promise yields, trying to promise returns, or some sort of stablecoin protocol or fixed yield protocol, they're going to be more categorized towards security or token offerings. Not saying that that's what's going to happen in the future, but that's the way I think they're going to be moving towards.
Yeah, but just to sort of put a pin in that into a sense where you're saying promising yields. Is that like staking, for example, on like MetaMask or Uniswap or any other platform? They don't actually promise you yields. There is no promise.
Well, you're getting APR, 4.5% to do so and so, or if you lock up your liquidity, you get X amount of tokens in return. Again, I think DeFi is in its own separate beast, and it's very hard to categorize. But the regulators are trying to put it in a box, and so whenever there is a some sort of APR involved or a fixed rate of return for locking up liquidity or putting some funds aside, they're generally going to look at that as if it's a security offering, especially if there's going to be promise of rewards or returns and things of that nature, which comes with the nature of crypto. That's how hype gets built up.
But say, for example, Chainlink, we'll just pull Chainlink out of the box. That's going to fall in the same category in my mind as Ethereum.
Yeah, potentially, absolutely. I mean, it's not really going to change all that much in the way of price action. Like, yes, there'll be a bit more clarity, which would allow people to size up their allocations a little bit more, but I don't think it's going to affect price all that much, right? You'll get some short-term volatility, but if overall crypto sentiment is bullish, it doesn't really matter what the SEC or some local regulatory jurisdiction has to say, because overall things are going to be heading higher. Whereas if we're in a bit of a bear market, people will cling to things and it's like, oh, SEC investigation, and they get riled up and then they start selling off positions. That's when you can see the impact on price. But long term, it won't really change how the market operates and how the supply demand mechanics will operate.
Yeah, cool. And a key word that you said in there is a bear market. And are we in a bull market yet, mate? Is everything going up? Can we just relax?
Yeah. I mean, if you're wanting to relax, just buy spot. Don't get over levered. Don't go too crazy with it. We've seen some ETF outflows as of late, some redemptions, but that might just be some window dressing heading in towards the end of the quarter. BTC lost 65,420 yesterday night, and it tested 63,600. It's currently making its way back up, but it's going to be pivotal for it to reclaim 65,420 to head a lot higher. That's from a technical perspective, nothing too crazy. But I look, we've been in a we've been in a bull market for some time now, so there's no, real way of denying it. We've been in recovery mode for quite some time. So I don't think it's far too early to call a bear market, and we're just not in the euphoria phase of the bull market where everything is going up. We're in the early, run up where people are tentative, laying out their bids, and that's how they're moving forward.
Yeah, I think the euphoria stage is at least 9 months away, and then just things are going to go mental, Yeah, okay. Well, did you have a chance to have a little bit of a read? I know that you're busy, mate. This guy, this John Denny, I don't really know how to pronounce his name. I've never heard it said out loud. I just found this interesting. Like, he's got, and also on his website, which I think I've got here. Yeah, called. No, that's the wrong one. Oh, anyways. Okay, now you and I and a lot of people that have been in crypto for a while have been talking about how Bitcoin's going to change the world. All right, and I'm sure that that 7, 8 years ago it was a pipe dream. Institutions are going to be buying it, banks are going to be buying it, countries are going to be adopting it, and now we're seeing this pretty much. It's not a meme anymore,
Yeah.
And these guys are basically like even setting up, global education in Bitcoin. Everything that these guys are doing. Maybe I'll just click on this one. Have you heard of this guy before?
No, this is a first for me. Seeing as this is coming out of El Salvador, usually things are pretty positive coming out of there. But I'm open to learning, just like everybody else is.
Yeah, 100%. So he's actually got education courses. I had it up before, but I couldn't find it. Oh, this is in Spanish, obviously. Yeah, you can. We'll have a look at the article. There is a link there somewhere where they've got online free educational courses on Bitcoin and how to adopt it, how to do ATMs, how to accept it as payments for a business. I just think it's absolutely great. Okay, next one, once again, Bitcoin Magazine. Okay, Australia's largest stock exchange approves its first Bitcoin ETF. And for the newbies out there, ETF is exchange traded fund. So yeah, you can basically buy spots and carry on. How positive is this, mate?
Yeah, it's really positive. I just want to make a distinction though. This isn't it's not equivalent to buying true spot Bitcoin. You're getting exposure, and they do go on to buy spot Bitcoin, which is great for the underlying asset price. But you can't really do much with a Bitcoin ETF. You've just got to claim on some Bitcoin that's being managed by a fund for you. But if you want to go ahead and that's appropriate for people who want to just have a real cursory dip a toe in the water exposure to Bitcoin. But there's been gold ETFs in this country and gold ETFs in the US for a really long time, but nothing beats having the underlying asset. And same applies with Bitcoin. You can always go out and buy an exchange traded fund which trades on the stock exchange, and that's all well and good. But why have an inferior product when you can get the pure underlying asset in your own possession? There are pros and cons. Like, you don't have to worry about custody. You don't have to worry about where is the Bitcoin going to be held, which exchange you're going to be going through. That kind of is resolved by buying an ETF. So that's the positives of it, and it certainly allows for a completely new type of investor to come into the asset class. So again, that's another positive. But then for people who are maybe wanting to dabble, just go out and buy some spot Bitcoin, give your crypto broker a ring, and then just let's get you some BTC.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I'm sort of like, of the opinion, not your keys, not your crypto. It's because
Yes,
I'm a
sir.
purist when it comes to crypto. And that would be my preference, and obviously the preference of putting clients through and that sort of stuff. But it does open up the market to a completely different form of investor. So it's not the mums
Correct.
and dads anymore, or the business owner, or someone that's just a anarcho-capitalist, libertarians, that sort of stuff. Guys sitting in their basement with neck beards. It's well, you're getting pretty close, mate.
Yeah,
All right.
I know. I've got to get fresh.
I actually had a trim today. That's why I'm looking so
Look at
fresh,
it.
mate.
I
Because
love it.
I like what I do, and I like to look professional. So when I do live streams, I actually make an effort. Just saying, right? Just
You should have seen my beard in the bear market, mate. It came down to my chest.
yeah, straight up. Yeah, I didn't care. Like my hair had grown, didn't get haircuts, mate. Bear market, who cares? All right. Okay. The 100-day journey after the halvening. For people that don't know, Bitcoin basically the mining gets cut in half. We're 100 days out. So is this pretty much where you thought things would be traveling after 100 days after the halvening?
Look, I would have liked us to be a little bit higher. However,
Was
two
it
things that are two
Yeah.
things to be mindful of. Two things to be super mindful of is number one, we set a new all-time high in Bitcoin pre-halving, right?
Halvening.
So that had never happened before, right? So that was a unique, setup of this particular 2024 halving. So that was unique to itself. So to be, but I was expecting some sort of sell-off or consolidation after the halving event actually occurs, because people are almost hardwired and conditioned into selling the news, which is what the event was. So that happened, which was great, and then we got a nice rally back up to 70. But if you look for the last 3 months, we've just been in absolute pain, sideways chop. It's like equivalent to watching paint dry. It's not exactly
Yeah.
the most riveting stuff. Either way, whether we test 50 or go over to 80, I'm expecting some big fireworks pretty soon.
Well, I think the longer it chops around, the longer it goes sideways, the harder it's going to push.
Yes, sir.
So I'm actually encouraging it, like, keep it up.
Yeah, it's like a coil. It's like a coil. You just keep twisting, putting in tension, and then bang, it's gonna just make a move, which would be great. I love the movement. I love the volatility, and something I want to let people know about as well. I did some research with my analyst the other day, and in every Bitcoin bull run, majority of the gains were made in 10 days.
Yep.
10 days, right? And I'm
Yeah.
not saying consecutive 10 days, like there would be like, one day in December 2020 where it put in like a huge 24% day, and that's where it put in a bulk of its work. And then another day in like, mid-Jan, it had another 20% day. So the best way to get exposure to Bitcoin, and I hate to sound really repetitive. You must have heard this idiom many, many times before. Just buy and hodl, buy and hodl. The majority of the gains, I promise you, are made in 10 days of the Bitcoin bull run. And I'm happy to put my hand up and say I'm not intelligent enough or brave enough to call when those 10 days are going to be, as to buy the day before the big giga pump and then sell at the end of that period. So I just try to play the simple long game. Just sit and wait everybody else out and just be super patient. And if you're looking to make money this cycle, buy a shit ton of Bitcoin, excuse my French, buy a ton of Bitcoin, hold it for as long as possible, wait for Bitcoin to just go gangbusters, rotate into some altcoins. Once the altcoins, because altcoins will follow BTC.
Yep.
Once the altcoins have gone hard, rotate back to BTC or stables. And then if you're looking at cash out, that's fine. You can go back to fiat. Not that that makes sense to me, but again, that's for other people to make that decision. But if you go from BTC nice and early, and now is the time to be buying Bitcoin, you buy a ton of it, as much as you can, sell your shoes, sell the second car, sell the boat, whatever you need to do, right? Just sell it and then get some BTC. rotate that BTC into alts, some really select choice stuff. Speak to me, speak to Brandon as to what that is. And then once you're done with that, run back into BTC and stables or cash out back to fiat. And that's where what I'm expecting us to be as of now. Ideally would have liked to be a lot higher, but bearing in mind we did hit an all-time high prior to the halving. So we're where we should be, Price is always right.
Yeah, that's right. They always say it's priced in, you know.
Yeah.
And in retrospect, you know, you look back and go, yeah, they were correct. But at the time, you're like, oh, I don't really understand it. But yeah, as you but yeah, well, that's a point. Talking, you know, people, you and I spend 24 hours a day and 7 days a week in this. For people that are tuning in or you're part of the Orange Brick Road network or on the newsletter or whatever, we're kind of not financial advice, but we're kind of going to be telling you when we're selling, you know, or thinking about selling. So there's a good reason to tune in and sort of understand, because, you know, people just don't have time to follow the markets like you and I do.
That's right.
So there will be a point. And speaking of that, you do have a newsletter. I don't have it up, but
you can just go to stormrake.com. Just go to stormrake.com.
Cool.
And then I'll show you the articles. But yeah, like, you don't have to trouble yourself in terms of doing that now. Stormrake.com, articles. We have a monthly newsletter. We'll have our June edition come out in like 10 days time. We'll have our new edition for June as like a little monthly roll up as to what's happened. But me personally, as much as I love my own product, Brandon's newsletter is far superior.
It's very nice of you to say, mate. It's only because we've done the little the whole photo thing now. See how professional does that look, mate? I'm such a grown up. You know,
that looks smart. That looks smart.
It does, mate. I know a good tech guy that can help you out on that too, as you know. Beautiful. Right. All right, now we're going to altcoins, and it's like the whole Bitcoin cycle. Basically, Bitcoin pumps when it's kind of getting to its high. People sort of take profits and rotate it into its to altcoins, and then they pump. You know, knowing the actual cycles, which is great. Now, okay, I'm pretty big on Solana. I don't mind the old Solani, but here's an article about you know, 5 altcoins to buy in 2024. There's probably about 50. All right, that you can basically throw a dart at that are going to go up, but we'll just cover 5 in this. So Arbitrum, I've got a little bit in Arbitrum, not a lot. I think it's you know, it's basically just another layer 1 that's going to solve
layer
some.
2.
Sorry, layer 2. Sorry. So yeah, basically it's, you know, once again the meme is going to be an Ethereum killer. Are you into Arbitrum? Do you like the old?
I think Arbitrum's a good project. It's an Ethereum scaling solution, so we use it quite a lot on the Stormrake desk when we're doing DeFi trading. When people want withdrawals, sometimes they ask us to send tokens across Arbitrum network because it's far cheaper for them to then, once they've got their tokens, to then, you know, swap things around and deal with things. So Arb is a good project and it's a very useful product. However, the token itself, there's a massive VC or venture capitalist bag that just they can continuously dump it, and they're still up multiples because they locked in their bag at like 10, 15 cents, right? This was pre airdrop, and so, you know, there's massive multiples that they can extract even now, despite the fact that majority of people bought at around $1, $1.20, $1.50. That's where a lot of people had bought.
Yeah, 100%. But I have been using Arbitrum a lot, especially for swaps and all that sort of thing. I think there was one that I did 2 days ago, and on Ethereum, I think it was like $28. I didn't do it, and then I did it on Arbitrum. It cost me 9 cents.
Nice, massive.
You know, so yeah, so hopefully it scales up. I don't know a lot about these guys. Starknet. Do you know a lot about?
They're similar to Arbitrum. They're another layer 2 that allows people to, you know, scale up as well. So that's essentially what it is.
Well, it's almost like layer 2 wars, like the NFT wars, and also
Yeah,
the AI wars that are coming, and
yeah,
the real world asset wars that are coming.
yeah.
One of them's going to win.
That's right. And I mean, I think that there's different scaling solutions for different things. Like there's gaming scaling solutions, there's DeFi scaling solutions. Like some chains are better for certain things. Like DYDX started as an Ethereum
Yeah,
layer two, and then it
yeah,
became its own chain for perpetual trading. So, or like trading derivatives. So there's always going to be. It's not like a winner takes all type of approach. There's different scaling solutions depending on the different things. So looks like this top 5 altcoins are just different layer 2 solutions. Like they looked at Metis. Optimism is another great layer 2. I'm generally pretty bullish on OP. Layer 2s in general are fantastic to use. Anybody who's doing things on chain or doing things in DeFi, I encourage you to get on to as many layer 2s as possible with just a little bit of dust, a couple of dollars, and get used to using it.
Yeah, that's right, and that's where the adoption comes from. Is actually using the protocol. I remember when DYDX came out, like 2 or 3 years ago, whatever it may be. And also I think I got the airdrop of it. I think they're doing great stuff. All right, well, speaking about real world assets, g'day Mitch, how you going, son? Mitch, obviously, yeah,
Yes,
champion.
sir.
Scott Rogan, great name, proud of him. Okay, and this is basically the tokenization of, I just an article about the tokenization of real estate, real world assets, staking the BST token. I have staked BST. I think I can't remember, I think 2.5, 3 grand into it 18 months ago or something like that. It's turned into 10.5 grand with staking incentives, that sort of stuff. And I know that you can buy BST straight from Stormrake. But
Yes, sir.
I think honestly, these guys are just doing tremendous work. We've put through, I think, 16 properties with Orange Rick Road that have tokenized. So if anyone's got property that want to learn to tokenize it, or want to, if you're a real estate person and you want to understand more about crypto and blockchain, let us know. We've got Julia, we've got Mitch, we've got, I'm not allowed to mention his name, he likes to stay anonymous. But you know who I'm talking about, starting with N.
Yeah.
He doesn't even want his photo on the website. He's just, I love it. Cool.
We know Mr. Nakamoto himself. We don't want to say too much.
He's behind the scenes. All right, yeah, cool. And all right, so also that we covered that. You're coming over on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, very much looking forward to that, mate. Yeah, there's like 8 slots left there. Also, Sophie told me you're coming over for this as well.
Potentially depends on the trip duration. I might have to be leaving on Wednesday night or Thursday morning, but I'll do my best to stick around. But anybody that's in Perth should definitely go to the Oz DeFi Association meetup. I've been to a number here in Melbourne and Sydney, respectively, and they're absolutely epic. So anybody on the Perth side, you got to go there. It's well worth your time.
Okay, cool. I might have, misjudged it. I thought you were sticking around for this, but obviously maybe not. But it doesn't matter, mate. You'll be there in spirit. I'll carry
Yes,
you,
sir.
mate. I've got big shoulders.
That's right. You certainly do.
Jeez, mate. All right, well, just to finish off, just a bit of a shill session. We try to keep this at about half an hour. This is the Orange Brick Road website. We've got online courses. We've got one-to-one consulting. Like I said before, we've included the crypto scams and also the self-managed super, which Bisher can help you out with as well, with Stormrake. These are the companies we're associated with. So yeah, blah, blah, blah. Join us on YouTube, Twitter. Okay, everything that everybody else does when they shill. All right, so I'm not much of a shiller. So I'll just leave it at that. If you want to get in the crypto, or you've been in the crypto for a while, you want to do liquidity providing, you want to tokenize your real estate, you want to do your tax, estate planning, self-custody, security, loans. We've got Chan on next week. He's going to be joining us.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
So we're talking about crypto loans and how to do leverage, that sort of stuff. But yeah, if you want to get in contact, so basically, if we'll just show you just for as we tie things up, we put through, I can't remember, you told me the other day, it was about $2.6 million worth of clients' money through you guys.
Yes, sir. Yeah, north of 2.5 now. Yep.
Yeah, brilliant. And the reason that we've been doing that is because centralized exchanges just basically suck. Everything that they're doing through what you can do with Stormrake, and this is issue, and why we put so much through with clients' money, is that you send them the money, you go, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. It doesn't matter what chain it's on, whatever to do, you find the best prices for them. You can buy it, you can self-custody, or you can send it straight to their to their wallets. That sort of stuff. It's just made things so much easier. And why I like you guys so much is that you make me look good.
Thank you, man.
I
Means a lot.
Get a client, and that's a service that we offer. Is say you've got $2,000, $5,000, $10,000. I think the most we put through one client, I think it's $750,000. I think something like that. I don't know. I'd have to talk to Nish. And you will go, okay, not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only, but through our experience and going through several market cycles, if I had the money that you had, this is where I put it. So we'd say, okay, buy so much of this, buy so much of that, We help you set up the order. We send it straight to you guys at Stormrake. You execute the order, goes into their wallet, and away they go. So that's another service that we provide is allocation of funds, which obviously you can get in contact with yourself as well to do that.
Yes, sir.
Once again, it's just financial advice, not financial advice, rather. But then again, have you ever seen a really rich financial advisor? No. Well, thanks very much for joining us, mate. If anyone wants to get a hold of you, you can do it off the Orange Brick Road website, but also you're obviously on socials. Yeah,
that's right. I'm on LinkedIn and as myself, Bisher Khudeira. And then if you want to find the Stormrake socials, just type in our name on Twitter, whatever you want it to. We'll be there mostly, and we'll see you there.
And I will see you on Tuesday, mate.
Thank you, sir. Have a fantastic day.
You too, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. Say hello to the family.
Will do. Take care.